Thank you very much. End of freaking discussion.
Just drives Jeff crazy and gets him bonkers
I
every time
hate
Jerry Jones talks smack.
every time Jerry Jones talks smack about Tony Romo, he's just talking crap because he knows nothing. And he thinks
You
he
know,
does. He knows if he was smart enough, he would trade Tony Romo for Andy Dalton, who I think is a better quarterback than him. Okay? He should trade for Whedon, the quarterback for freaking Cleveland, who's got more wins than the Dallas Cowboys does this year. Jerry Jones. Okay?
Andy Dalton, though, yeah, because he's taken. Sure, the Bengals have had one of the longer playoff droughts because they haven't won a playoff game since January of 1991. That's a fact. But another fact is Andy Dalton has taken the Cincinnati Bengals to the playoffs, and the Bengals are, a team that will be making a lot of noise. But this year, because of the fact that Andy Dalton, they're feeling like, okay, we really have found our QB for the future. Because certainly Carson Palmer wasn't the answer for the Cincinnati Bengals, and I know with Ebo being in here, you would agree with me because Ebo, you're a big Bengals fan. I mean, what's your take on Andy Dalton? Hey, Kenny, good to see you, bud.
They're having a little problem right now, Cincinnati, and they got really a lot of tough games ahead of them. A lot of tough games ahead of them.
Yeah, and oh, by the way, since Kenny just came in, Kenny, I just want to say congrats on your New Orleans Saints. I came home from work and I saw the way they played last Monday against the Dolphins. It really seems, kind of going to the New Orleans Saints now. Oh, what's he say? He's angry because, yeah, well, yeah, it's the article.
I'm angry
I was just
because
saying
freaking
that
Jerry Jones is a moron and he still thinks that Tony Romo is a better quarterback than half the quarterbacks in the NFL. He's smoking dope, man.
Well, and with the Saints, when we bring Kenny in, he'll agree with me on this that the Saints have done a lot better job of putting everything behind them. Because
who's the Saints quarterback?
Drew Brees.
Who's the Saints backup quarterback?
Don't know.
Don't know? He's better than Tony Romo.
Yeah, I'd have to look that up. But I'm just saying, though, Kenny, with the way your Saints have played, they have played a lot better this year. And the fact is, they're saying, let's put the bounty scandal behind us. Let's just forget about that and realize, let's go back to playing some Saints football. And that's exactly what they've done. And Sean Payton, has learned his lesson from the suspension. Saints are back.
Sean Payton's got a lot to do with that, Sean, because he's back. And everything is back to normal. So he's got a lot to do with that. Plus, they got the Ryan brother over there as their defensive coordinator. So they're playing a lot better defense than they did last year as well.
True. Ebo, I would disagree with you. I really think you've got the quarterback in Andy Dalton. The problem the Bengals need to do is just get the monkey off their back and end a long drought where they get into the playoffs and lose. It'll come when the Bengals finally win a playoff game and throw that monkey out there and get the monkey off their back.
Yeah, but the Bengals have a very, very hard schedule coming up.
Yeah, absolutely,
very hard
they do.
schedule coming up. So who knows? And I since I missed Thursday night to make my pick, what I did is I made my picks on Thursday evening, and then I went a couple of weeks ahead and made more picks. So I'm all set, and if I remember correctly, Cincinnati's got a tough next 3 games coming.
Yeah, they have a tough schedule coming up, and I know we'll be talking about that when we get done with the update here in a few minutes.
They play New England this week, Cincinnati. Okay? Next week they play Buffalo. Okay? They lost last week. They're going to lose this week. They're not going to beat New England. Next week they play then Buffalo. And then they play, where the hell are they right now? Come on. I think they have a bye in week number 7. Nope, they play Detroit in week 7. So they got New England, Buffalo, and Detroit coming up.
It is a tough schedule, Jeff, just like you said. And we'll know more and more as we do more of our NFL Real Talk show on Saturday nights, just how much the Saints look, where they will be. Actually, the Bengals look. How far will they be? What's the division going to look like? Because right now it's a 3-team race. Since you're going to kind of rule out Pittsburgh, because Kenny, before you came, Kenny,
who would have ever thought it would be a 3-team race eliminating Pittsburgh. You normally would eliminate Cleveland.
Yeah,
right?
I had Cleveland as a team that was not expected to be good, but right now 3-2. And like I said yesterday, the Cleveland Browns are
Oh
trying to
wait,
do something
Cleveland
for
Browns
the
are
city of Cleveland.
Cleveland Browns are 3-2, right?
Yeah,
What's the Dallas Cowboys?
2-2.
There
They
you go.
lost at Kansas City, and they lost last weekend at San Diego.
There you go, Jerry Jones. And you're going to lose this week at home against Denver. Unbelievable. How do you say that, Jerry Jones? How do you say that? Drives me freaking bananas.
Yeah, and Kenny, since we're talking about the Saints too, you think about it, that first few weeks were kind of rough for the Saints. They had 2 games. Atlanta was not easy when they had to. Every time New Orleans and Atlanta plays, it's really, really tough when those 2 teams play. And then you went into Tampa Bay. I think it was the first week of the season, first game, and kicked a game-winning field goal. And sometimes playing the Buccaneers for New Orleans is pretty tough too. But New Orleans is, they're back, no question about it. And I know we'll see how well their defense looks and see how the Saints look tomorrow against New England, and that's going to be a really good game. I can't wait till we get into our picks and discuss that matchup.
Yeah, and we're going to have Ebo on, and we're going to have Kenny C come on and make the picks with us. Ebo, you moved up there, girl, so I'm happy for you. So we'll get Ebo and Kenny in the second half of the show when we make our picks to do that. Got another topic really quick before we go to update?
And of course we've also talked about Obama getting in on
Screw
that,
him.
which I really disagree with because he needs to focus on politics and the government shutdown. Patriots tight end Rob Gronkowski out again. Of course, he's been dealing with an injury for the Patriots. As a Patriot fan, I can say it's not going to bother. With what the Patriots have had to go through real quickly, they have handled everything well. They had to deal with Welker going to Denver. They had to deal with an ugly tragedy, especially with Aaron Hernandez. Patriots are fine because Brady's got new targets, and somebody did say that Tom Brady is a machine. You just give him time; he'll hurt the secondary very easily.
Yeah, but another thing is he's never, they're still getting to learn each other as well, too. It's not like it's normal for Brady to throw these guys. He's still trying to learn their little techniques and stuff, and they're trying to learn his.
Yeah, and when you think about it too, Jeff, I watched the game last weekend on Sunday night. Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth were saying it's going to take time for these new receivers to learn the Belichick system and the new plays that they have.
Exactly right. I totally agree.
Yep.
100%. All right, what do you say we go to the update, huh? You ready for the update there, big fella?
Yes, I am.
All right, this update is brought to you by BuyHuntingEquipment.com. For all your camping, fishing, hiking gear, and outdoor gear, head on over to BuyHuntingEquipment.com. That's BuyHuntingEquipment.com. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the only update of the day.
All right, Jeff, and thank you very much. We have reached the bottom of the hour. It is 10:30 p.m. on the East Coast, which makes it 7:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Let's move into the NHL and the National Hockey League. As everybody knows, it's the new format, and we've got games going on right now. And we got some finals tonight. The Boston Bruins, what's been a big night in Boston, of course, and a big sports weekend there. They take the game against the Detroit Red Wings by a score of 4-1. Zdeno Chara got a goal as the Bruins improved to 2-0 on the season on a long 82-game season. In a shootout, the Toronto Maple Leafs, they prevailed by a score of 5-4 against the Ottawa Senators, moving their record to 3-0. The Senators are 1-0-1. The Montreal Canadiens, they bounce back after a tough loss. They win 4-1 against the Philadelphia Flyers. In another shootout, the Columbus Blue Jackets take the game 3-2. The Pittsburgh Penguins prevail over the Buffalo Sabres by a score of 4-1. 4 games going on in progress right now. 3.5 to go in St. Louis. The St. Louis Blues are having a nice night. They're winning 7-0 over the Florida Panthers. The Tampa Bay Lightning and the Chicago Blackhawks, they are evened at 2 apiece. 2 minutes and 11 seconds left in the third period. That game may head into overtime. Another game that may head into overtime, the Anaheim Mighty Ducks and the Minnesota Wild. That game is tied at 3 with 3 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the third period. First period in Vancouver, British Columbia. The Edmonton Oilers and the Vancouver Canucks. That game is tied at 1. 10 minutes and 44 seconds remaining in the first period. Another game that just went final, the Dallas Stars prevailed by a score of 2-1. And the other game coming up, and just getting ready to start off, where the puck will drop in San Jose, the Phoenix Coyotes at the San Jose Sharks. So those are your games for the NHL on this Saturday night. For tomorrow in the NHL, there will be 3 games on tap. It'll be the Philadelphia Flyers at the Carolina Hurricanes, the Anaheim Mighty Ducks at the Winnipeg Jets, and the last game on that night will be, for tomorrow, the Vancouver Canucks at the Calgary Flames. So those are your games for NHL. In the NBA, of course, the preseason is getting ready to tip off. Actually, as a matter of fact, the NBA preseason has started today, actually. Can't believe I'm going to be saying this on my updates, everybody. But the New Orleans Pelicans. That's right,
There
Jeff.
it is. The first one. The New Orleans Pelicans first one.
Are down in Houston, and the New Orleans Pelicans are leading the Houston Rockets 110-109. It's going to take me a while to still get used to saying that.
That's the first update of the New Orleans Pelicans of the year.
Yes, the Oklahoma City Thunder, they beat
Too bad Somer wasn't here to hear that.
I can't wait till Somer does come in. The Oklahoma City Thunder, they take the game 95-82. Don't know how to say that team's name. It's from a foreign country. The Chicago Bulls over the Indiana Pacers 82-76.
Hey, did Derrick Rose play for the Bulls today?
I don't think he did. Nope, I don't. No, Derrick Rose did return. Yep, he returned to the exhibition. And the Golden State Warriors are taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. It's 18-17 Warriors. 3 minutes and 44 seconds.
Hey, you know something really quick about the Golden State Warriors? Really, really quick, because I know this is an NFL show and the update. Do you know Mark Jackson, the general manager, and the owner, and a couple of other coaches and some players go to San Quentin and play basketball with the prisoners?
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty impressive.
That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, take some time, go play with the prisoners, kind of get to know those people.
They go to San Quentin and they play basketball with the prisoners. I read an article, man. I thought that was cool as all heck. Okay, back to the update.
We moved to the NFL. As we all know, the Cleveland Browns, they took the game Thursday night, 37-24. Here are the games for tomorrow, the early afternoon games at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, which is at 10 a.m. Pacific. You'll have the New Orleans Saints at the Chicago Bears in Champaign, Illinois. The New England Patriots traveling to Cincinnati, Ohio to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. The Detroit Lions heading to Green Bay, Wisconsin to take on the Green Bay Packers. The Kansas City Chiefs, who have been the surprising team in the talk of the whole sports world, 4-0, 2-0 away, they are taking on the Tennessee Titans. The Seattle Seahawks, after that amazing comeback last weekend against the Houston Texans, are at the Indianapolis Colts. The Jacksonville Jaguars, who are winless at the St. Louis Rams, St. Louis, Missouri. Down in South Beach in Miami, the Miami Dolphins hosting the Baltimore Ravens. The Philadelphia Eagles, Browning's Philadelphia Eagles, at Jeff's New York Football Giants. That game is at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The Carolina Panthers taking on the Arizona Cardinals down in Phoenix, Arizona. And tomorrow, these are the late afternoon games as we're getting into the games. The Denver Broncos at the Dallas Cowboys. Denver, of course, has not lost a game. They're taking on a Cowboy team that is 2-2 and leading the NFC East, and both Cowboy wins have been at home. Cowboys are 0-2 on the road, but they have not lost at home.
They will tomorrow.
Late action we got on Sunday Night Football on NBC. It'll be the Houston Texans at the San Francisco 49ers. and I can't believe I'm saying this, since the baseball playoffs are going on right now,